UVA's Presidential Search Committee is currently in the process of interviewing candidates for the university's 10th president. But the committee is doing so under intense scrutiny. Governor-elect Abigail Spanberger, the Faculty Senate, and a majority of academic deans are among those calling for a halt in the search or the selection of the next president. But despite these calls, the committee appears committed to continuing the process. Pressure on university leadership is hardly new, however. In 2025, leaders have been under pressure for most of the year. So as the latest saga of disputes plays out, here's a look at how we got here. The troubles for the university started in March, with the Board of Visitors voting to eliminate the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. But DEI wasn't eliminated entirely. It was redirected into a new office, and this is where the problems began. The Justice Department opened several investigations into the university throughout the spring in a number of areas, but one of the primary focuses was on DEI policy. In the April 28th letter, the Justice Department writes that the department had received complaints that UVA had not followed their DEI directive. Additional letters were sent throughout the late spring. In early June, the pressure was turned up when Senate Democrats blocked Ken Cuccinelli's appointment to the board. Cuccinelli had been appointed after Governor Youngkin fired Burt Ellis in March. When Attorney General Jason Miyares instructed universities not to comply with the vote, Democrats sued the university rectors at 3 schools. But before that case was resolved, tension between the university and the federal government reached a boiling point. On June 27th, University President Jim Ryan resigned. The move left the community with several unanswered questions about university governance. The Justice Department claimed it never demanded Ryan's resignation, despite reports from the New York Times indicating otherwise. To briefly jump ahead, we did get more clarity in November, with a pair of letters from Ryan and board rector Rachel Sheridan. In Sheridan's letter, she argued that Ryan suggested resigning to improve the university's standing, and she said that the DOJ demanded it come sooner. But Ryan said that those around him, including Sheridan and other board members, told him that the Justice Department demanded he resign. At one point in Ryan's letter, he said one board member told him that if he did not resign, the Justice Department would, quote, bleed UVA white. The fallout from Ryan's resignation would define the rest of the year. The Board of Visitors was placed under intense scrutiny from various stakeholders, with multiple votes of no confidence by students and faculty. In late July, a Fairfax County judge greenlit the Democrats' attempt to block Youngkin's appointments to the board. And in August, Senate Democrats would block 4 more nominees to UVA's Board of Visitors. This left the board with a total of 5 vacancies. In September, interim President Paul Mahoney announced that some of the Justice Department's investigations into UVA were closed. But shortly after, the Trump administration would offer UVA to join the Compact for Excellence in Higher Education. The compact, which UVA later rejected, asked UVA to agree to certain policies in exchange for federal funding priority, and those policies included a tuition freeze and a cap on international student enrollment. Just after rejecting the compact, UVA reached a deal with the Justice Department. The deal suspended the remaining investigations in exchange for a commitment to follow civil rights laws. In early November, Virginia held its statewide elections. Democrats dominated the night, sweeping the statewide races. Governor-elect Abigail Spanberger will be the first woman to serve as governor of Virginia, and the Democrats also picked up 13 seats in the House of Delegates, padding their majority. Higher education governance is a stated priority for Spanberger as an alumna of the university, and she's pledged to make reforms to the appointment process for these university governing boards. Shortly after being elected, Spanberger asked the Board of Visitors to delay appointing a new president until she took office. Similar calls came from the Faculty Senate and 9 out of 14 academic deans. The search continues with no finalists named yet. 2025 was a pivotal and tumultuous year for UVA. With a new governor and ultimately a new university president, 2026 promises to bring change. As for what kind of change, we'll have to see. But the Cavalier Daily has you covered at every step of the way.